Alright people, welcome to the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. This is a game about... Stanley. Yeah, I bet you couldn't piece that one together. I wanted to play the original Stanley Parable a long time ago, but I never did, so I'm playing it now. And that's pretty... Whoa, what the... Oh, that's cool. So we're playing it now. Okay.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Oh? I had no idea.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk.
Stanley is the most relatable character I've ever met.
And in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Good for Stanley. Good for Stanley. That's where we're not so relatable.
Something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Oh, we're playing now. He stepped out of his office? What happens if I stay? I heard that this game, like, reacts to your choices. Is that... Every time I press my mouse, it makes a clicking sound.
All of
okay.
his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I don't really know what it means, but hey, at least I have my own room. All these other guys have to sit at a desk like this? That must suck. I'm gonna follow this path to the meeting room, and...
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Door on the left?
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yeah.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It
Yes,
had really
very
been
nice
worth
room.
the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Yes. This is a very nice room indeed. I like the colors, the blue.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings.
Absolutely.
Really worth it.
It is indeed really worth it. I couldn't agree more, Mr. Narrator. Can I get a cold drink, perhaps?
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Well, this is where we're in disagreement. I personally think that Stanley has a wonderful personality. We both share the same admiration for this
Stanley
immaculate
sat around waiting
room.
for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Oh, is it? Is it now? I'm really bad at getting hints, so you might have to try a little harder than that if you're trying to tell me something. Okay, well, I think I've enjoyed this room for, quite enough time now, but I'll be back, I'm sure.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Okay, now you know I'm just gonna want to disobey.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Hey? All these doors keep closing behind me.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is, but in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you're very powerful.
Oh my god.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten.
Bye.
What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Yes, I don't trust you.
I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look,
right.
Let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important.
You know what?
Stanley walked through the red door.
Oh man. I don't know if I trust him. He has that really nice, soothing accent. I want to trust him, I just don't know if I can. Video games have taught me not to trust people. Wait a minute. I'm gonna humor this guy. I'm gonna humor him.
Thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now.
What?
Don't you see that it's killing us?
Fuck!
I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
I want to go through that door. Hello?
What do we want? What are we looking for? Here.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
What?
No, wait. Where are you going?
No, sorry. My bad.
Right. Where were we? Oh, no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
Is that so? Is that so, Mr. Narrator? Well, my goodness.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
My goodness, Mr. Narrator. I wouldn't want to
Stanley,
fall.
Think about what you're doing.
I wouldn't want to fall and hurt myself. Now, would I? I wonder what happens if I go back down.
Good, good. We can't be too safe. Promise me you won't go back there. Just stay here.
It is actually very nice here.
No. What do we talk about? You're risking everything we achieved here. You heard me before, didn't you? You will die. What about this isn't getting through to you? No! Oh, thank God you lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room? No. No, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
We'll go back to the room one more time, but that's it.
There. See? This is what you want. This is where we can both be happy. We really can. If we stop moving, we just have to, Stanley. Go back. There's nothing good that can come from this. Do you just not believe me? What can I say to convince you? Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me?
Damn, I really just won't die.
Kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours. I wanted us to be happy here, Stanley. I really did. I still thought that was possible. Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Oh, damn.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yep, didn't get it. Didn't get that memo. Real shame.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult.
All right, let's see what
but the
happens
fact
if I
is
just
that
follow
the
this
story
thing.
has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me. I'm asking for her.
Her?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Who's her?
That's her, Stanley.
Oh, God.
You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
I don't think it's gonna stop ringing. What?
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Oh my God, what the hell?
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
No, I don't want to.
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Oh God. Oh no.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
No. No, stop, let me out. I don't want to press I on my keyboard. I'd rather not. I will press literally every single key besides that.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
This makes me
But
sad.
In his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job.
Damn.
First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him.
Hello, my beautiful wife. Press M to spend time with the boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either.
Oh.
At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Paired dinner? Oh no.
As he wandered through this fantasy world,
The hell?
he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions.
Yellow
And
line
down another was a
TM.
game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
To tell your kids a story? Oh man.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Fine. I'm gonna prove you wrong. First of all, fuck you.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again.
Please
Stanley
die.
Pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Oh? Well, that's
All
cool.
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright, I'm gonna try and actually go the right ways this time. And follow some directions, just so I can get some diversity in this
he
shit.
entered the door on his left.
Okay, alright. Yep, this feels right. This feels natural. Feels good.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
How to solve a dispute with a coworker. Resent coworkers for not supporting you more. Let it... okay, it's a good thing I wasn't reading that. Using slides to assure employees that everything is okay. Make sure your slide has a slick blue graphic in the header, and throw some bevel on all the text. This is a very soul-sucking job indeed.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Aw, man, but there's some really nice red carpet down there. I just want to see what happens if I obey him. I'm just curious. Oh, there's red up here, too. It's fine.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him.
Oh.
And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
2845? Wait, what happens if I type the wrong thing in?
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
I know, right? There's absolutely no way I could know this. Well, it looks like I'm stuck in here. What's this?
2845.
I don't know that. I literally don't know that. I don't know what you want from me.
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Yeah! Woo! Emergency override. Let's go.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
I do want to know the answer. I do want to know the
Stanley
answers.
walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Let's just get along. Get along with the story. Go along with all of this, and then we'll do that later.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I can hop off this ledge, too.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Oh God, no. Sounds like high school.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
God, no. Can't be.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Yes, I will do that. And I will do that because I just want to see the way this game wants to play out normally. What is this? Do I dare press it? Nope, I'm going to go into the facility.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Okay. Hello?
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp?
Oh my God.
What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
That is oddly beautiful, to be honest.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Okay. Wow. That was actually a very touching ending. Now it's time to fuck with the narrator a little
All
bit.
of his co-workers were gone.
Alright, so now that we've actually listened to the narrator, done everything he's asked, we're gonna do everything that he doesn't want us to do. Just to see what happens.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Nope. Heard you perfectly well.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Oh, look at this blue door over here. It's so
All right,
beautiful.
Fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so
Impeccable.
badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't
Yes.
let me stop you.
Okay, I will
see?
not.
There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the
Whoa,
entire
my
story I'd
God.
written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so
Matter
far.
of fact, those things would have been awesome.
Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Nope. Oh, okay.
I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. A 1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Oh, okay. The Stanley Parable Worldwide Leaderboard. I wouldn't be surprised if these are actually real players. Oh, well, damn. I'm gonna go this way again.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
Bam.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some play testing. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the
I
message
think so
of
as
the
well.
game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Oh, look at the baby! Look at him go!
You heartless bastard. Did you
Yeah.
do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me?
Bit of
Because if it's
both.
the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here?
This is honestly just this game is great.
Yes. This seems
Despite the way I'm playing it right now.
Aha! Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation?
Wait.
Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose.
You know what this kind of looks
Yes,
like?
that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Let's see.
No, it can't be.
What's
It
this
is.
sign here say?
It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off.
Wait, what?
Thank goodness,
No!
Stanley, what a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing, that big open, just wandering around, no right or wrong directions, no path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it.
What?
Out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
No!
Oh,
I like open
I
world
think
games.
this will be just the thing.
They're great.
Wonderful. See, this is exactly
I was
what
right.
had in
I was
mind.
right. Okay.
Just a nice big
They're
box
literally
that
just
you can
putting
run
us
around in. There isn't any possibility
in other
that you would
games.
get
It really
lost
is
here.
just other
Now,
games.
This is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
We're in fucking Rocket League.
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh,
Why are we in
we shall
Rocket
run the
League?
bases and do a touchdown
Oh,
together.
this is amazing.
Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's
Get
the
a
ball. Have
touchdown.
fun.
Let's go! Yeah! Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Hang on. Got it.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun?
It keeps
Is
going
better than
in
my
the
miserable
wrong
little
direction.
story that I worked so hard on? Stanley, I have a thought. And I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric sports experience.
Wait,
I'm
what?
going to try it out. Here comes another ball.
No.
Yes. Oh, goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable.
Oh, stop!
More balls.
There's too many balls. Yeah, I already regret saying that.
Are you enjoying this, Stanley? Are you having fun? Is this a real video game?
Kind of.
Well, I sure hope you're having a good time, because guess what? It's over. That's right. Your little fun comes to an end. This is my game, and what I say goes. You get to have fun when I let you, Stanley. Besides, you need someone like me to set boundaries for you. Without rules or boundaries, video games are nothing. Yes, that's what I am. I am structure. I'm your sense of purpose. And since you decided you didn't want to play my game, now I don't want to play with you either. So, goodbye, Stanley. I'm leaving.
Narrator's
See
like a
how you act
4-year-old.
when I'm not around to set the rules. Somehow, I don't think you'll enjoy it as much. But who knows? You're an inventive kid. You'll come up with something. After all, you're the one who knows best. Take care, Stanley.
I will. I will. I will have so much fun. I'm having fun. Wow, this is a wonderful field. I love the colors, the blue and the orange. They just match together so well. Yep. This is the game. It's great. I love it. Woo! Aha!
Hold on. What are you doing?
I will
Stanley,
not
don't
be
do
your
that. I
puppet.
can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
Let's see. Filing. Where am I? Oh my god. Wow. Okay. Well, at least now there's... It's not as linear. I mean, I'm sure it still is, but it looks different. Hello?
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Okay. And we're starting again. All right. I'm sure there was another ending down there,
All of his co-workers were gone.
but
What
I'm
did
gonna
he mean?
search for another
Stanley
one.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I wonder how many endings this game actually has.
And
It's
so he
probably an
detoured
immense
through
number.
the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Nope.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now, in order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, left. Oh, no, it's to the right. My mistake.
All right then. Right it is.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh, dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Okay, here we go.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay.
Okay, well, it's a good thing I already played it the way I was supposed to get to here.
Kidding. It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay. From the top.
All right.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
We'll try one more ending.
When Stanley... Wait.
Oh.
What? No.
Okay, we're
No,
still
I
playing.
restarted. I swear
Never
I
mind.
definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why
Nope,
am I
not me.
asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley.
Oh,
Let's
God.
find the story.
Hello? Story. Come here, Story. Where are you? Story. I can't... Okay, it's all connected. That's
I'll say,
good.
This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay,
I don't know.
Let's give it a shot. Why not?
No, Okay. Okay.
Okay, yep, it's worse. But I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Okay. Let's do that.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes.
Yes,
Wait,
the
never mind.
story.
Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Okay. Back here, and oh my god.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
Yes!
Congratulations!
Let's
I
go,
really put in
man.
a lot of hard work,
Expert at the
and
game.
It really paid off. So, good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win.
Hey!
Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations.
I think I did win fair and square,
I'm getting
actually.
weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart. All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't
It's
get
the
lost,
adventure
I've
line.
employed the help
Trademark.
of the Stanley Parable adventure line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Wait.
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Okay, well, I guess I don't really have much of a choice now, do I? Well, who am I kidding? I'm sure there's a choice. I'm just gonna follow the line.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on.
Oh my
A
god.
bit weird back there? Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
What is with this line, dude? Yeah! I like this. This is the way it's meant to be. Whoa. Wait, what the okay. I'm gonna go this way.
Wait, cut the music. Go back
What the-
and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't
Okay.
want to miss anything.
Alright, I'm committing this fern to memory.
Wait, but
What the...
we're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story?
What the... Oh my
Is any
god.
of this ringing a bell?
Wait, hang on. Before I walk in... I'm just gonna walk in here.
No, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Okay. Following the
You
line.
know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us?
You're
We're
right.
intelligent
You're right.
people,
You're right.
Why
Yes.
can't we make up our own story?
Let's
Something
do it.
Exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we
Yes.
simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Sure. I'm all for it.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm
Okay.
ready for it.
Let's just go. Me and the narrator. We got this.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story.
Agreed.
No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Yep. Screw the line. How does it even... Okay.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. how important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means
Okay,
that somewhere,
walking in
the
circles.
place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin.
Oh
So
my
starting
God.
from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come,
Absolutely.
Stanley, our
The only
destiny
logical choice.
awaits.
Let's go.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget?
You
My
right,
mind
you
goes
right.
Blank simply because
I got a
it's
chair
written
here,
on
I can
this-
just sit.
this thing.
I can just sit in this
wall.
chair.
Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle?
I think so.
Whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen?
I don't know.
Okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually.
I
In
hope
the
so.
meantime, if you
Oh God. There's a phone?
Hi, Stanley. Just wanted to leave you a message to let you know there's a few things I need you to pick up on your way home from work today. We need milk, cereal, dish soap, spaghetti, get a thing of sugar, some bread, and coffee beans, whichever ones you like. I'll give you a call if there's anything I forgot. Thanks, sweetie. See you tonight.
Yeah, okay. Sure. Sure thing. Where's the narrator? Narrator?
When Stanley came to
Oh,
a
God.
set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Hey, wait a
Perhaps
second.
He wanted to stop by the employee lounge first,
Fuck!
just to admire it.
Did I just restart?
And so
God
he
damn
came
it!
Through the maintenance section.
Alright, hang on, I'll be back. Oh boy, hey, awesome.
All
First
his
time
co-workers were gone.
being here. That's
What did it
great.
mean?
Oh wow, wow, look at this. A new content door. I'm gonna go through this door. First choice.
Oh, new content? What does
Oh,
that
hi,
mean?
narrator.
New content.
I guess we'll find out.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
Yeah.
After receiving
Didn't play it,
critical
but
and commercial
yeah.
success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
Okay.
Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Me too. Me too.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
One can only hope, narrator. One can only...
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
You sound a little odd, narrator.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if them... Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Okay.
All right. All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Yep. Lots of jumps. Yeah. Wow. That was great.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive.
I
It's
know,
just
right? I hate it.
elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And if... Oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's
Of
see.
course.
I'm ready for whatever it is. That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started
Exactly.
on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you
Yes.
say, friend?
Absolutely.
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
This is literally just so amazing. Okay. I'm coming.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
Oh my
I
god.
call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences
beautiful.
like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched?
It's so
Back
beautiful.
Then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste. And over here is where I keep
It's amazing.
reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
No. Dear God.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories. These were simpler times, Stanley. What I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh, no. Oh, God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's being collected.
Oh, man.
Here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Absolutely. There's no way they weren't.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game
Oh,
to full
no.
completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be
Ignore
funny.
it. Just
I'm
ignore
trying
it.
to make a serious work of art.
I'm sure it's
I suppose
fine.
I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Exactly. Oh, here's a positive one that I can't read.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I?
No,
You
of
can
course
tell
not,
me if I'm
narrator.
preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. I
No.
let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
No, that's not true,
What's
narrator.
this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only
Oh my God, what is that?
Of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Okay.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's
Okay,
what the players
sounds
have
good.
been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well,
Yep.
don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up.
Okay.
Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue.
Oh my
And
God.
it goes something like this.
Yep. Okay.
The story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably we all until the end of time, at
Yeah.
which time everything all at once. So now you see, blah 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet. No, until 245. That the logic of elimination.
As much as I wanna
backwards,
skip,
the
I'm kind of
deduction
curious as
therefore
to what he
becomes
has to
impossible
say.
manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there for...
Oh my god.
Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my... Well, there's sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go
Yeah.
poof, and it's all
It's
over.
amazing.
Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their Steam review, or at least
Nope.
change some of the wording, perhaps. Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes?
Oh my god.
Unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking.
I feel you, man.
But at
I feel
any
you.
rate, I do suggest
I'm a
that we
commentator
not
on YouTube. I know what it's like to run out
I
of things
think
to
the
say.
stop button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait, how do we get out of here? Where did the door go? Wasn't there a door that led into this room? Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it
Okay.
from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times. And
Yeah,
there's no
okay.
door, Stanley. There's no door. There's just you. Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness.
My
I have
God.
someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just...
I'm worried about what's gonna happen if I press this button
It isn't
again.
the same at all. It isn't even close. Because I know you can't hear me once you push that button. That's what I'm realizing now, Stanley. I'm realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening. I needed there to be a vessel through which...
Oh god.
Hello, it's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it
That's
for
basically
you.
what I feel
To
like
begin
all the
with,
time, yeah.
There is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past. And when that feeling had begun to subside, what took its place is what I can...
Narrator? Oh my god. Hello? Anybody?
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the...
This is the funniest thing I've ever played. Oh man, it's a real nice break from all the horror I've been playing.
The end is never the end, 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 is never.
Well, that was terrifying. This is all terrifying. Oh no. Oh no. What happens if the button goes? Then what? Ooh. Lights? Sky? Oh man. This is honestly kind of disturbing. I don't like this. Listen, man. Oh man, that's disturbing. No, not the skip button. Hello? Oh my god. It's just nothingness. It's literally just a desert wasteland. Oh? What? New content. Okay, of course it's not done.
You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Alright, let's see it.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh?
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really. Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Obviously, the happy 12th birthday.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get Well Someday it is.
Okay. Great. I'm glad I could help.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
So I'm actually going to end the video here because I've been recording for almost 2 hours now. If this video does well, I'll keep playing it. But until then, yeah, I gotta stop it here. So thank you all so much for watching. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. And I'm going to go reflect on all my past decisions now.